What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Toll Podcast. Yes, I know 2 videos in one day. Well, 1 video and 1 live stream. If you miss my video I put up around 1:30, go check it out. Packers head coach called Jalen Carter a freak show. Saquon Barkley doing some crazy stuff, but good crazy stuff. And of course, Jason Kelsey joining and calling out WIP on the Jalen Hurts comments. I love it. But here we got breaking news. Isaiah Rodgers, starting cornerback, is out. He had limited practices all week. But he is ruled out at the last second via the Eagles injury report for the Brazil game. Eagles, Packers. We already know Devin White staying in Philly, ankle issue. We'll deal with that next week when he gets healthy. We'll see what's going on. Devin White and Kobe Dean. But now Isaiah Rodgers in Brazil wanted to play, hand issue, and he is not going to play. Now, we talked about it throughout the week. Reports were surfacing, not reports, but Fangio talked about Quinyon Mitchell playing 100% of the snaps. And I said, how does a slot corner play 100% of the snaps? If they're in base defense, the slot corner has to come off the field. But at the end of training camp, Quinyon Mitchell was getting the reps outside, inside, to where in base packages, Isaiah Rodgers came off the field. Quinyon Mitchell and Slay were the 2 outside corners with 3 linebackers. Then when the Eagles offense went to 11 personnel or anything like that, the Eagles elected to slide Quinyon to the slot, put Isaiah Rodgers on one side and Slay on the other. So here's the question. The Eagles have a lot of options due to the depth on this team at the secondary position. With Isaiah Rodgers being out with a hand injury, you could start Quinyon Mitchell outside and say, you know what? You played a lot of nickel reps throughout training camp, but you got some good outside corner reps. And listen, you're going to have to learn on the fly, kid. You are the opposite corner of Slay. We believe in you. Let's go. They could do that. Why could they do that? Because they got Avonte Maddox, who's the backup safety, who can play one game at the slot corner, right? I don't feel comfortable even discussing Kelee Ringo in the corner. Kelee Ringo in the slot, in the nickel. He's a bigger guy. I don't know if he could do it, especially on the fly. But if you want to keep Quinyon Mitchell's role the same, where he's still going to play 100% of the snaps, you just slide Kelee Ringo in for Isaiah Rodgers, right? What I think was going to happen in Brazil, even if Isaiah Rodgers was healthy, was say we play 60 to 70% nickel. Rodgers, Slay, Quinyon the slot. The 30% base, Quinyon, Slay. So if you just substitute Kelee Ringo for Isaiah Rodgers, then it's 30% base, Quinyon, Slay. 70% nickel, Kelee, Slay, and Quinyon. But if you felt like Kelee had a great camp to start, kind of fell off a little bit. I don't think he fell off. I just think other players stood out and or won the job because they gave the job to Isaiah Rodgers. That being said, Avonte Maddox been playing the slot corner position for years. Good at it when he's healthy. You can't get more healthy than week 1 in the NFL. So I look at it like this. I need to hear from my ride or die notification gang. Also, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, whether I drop a video in the morning or go live for some da-na-na. You guys are here for it. What would you rather see? Quinyon on the outside the whole game with Slay and Avonte Maddox? Or would you rather see Slay, Kelee Ringo with Quinyon in the slot and Quinyon goes to outside in base formation only? What 3-piece would you like to see? Slay, Mitchell, Maddox? Or Slay, Ringo, and Mitchell? Mitchell will play some outside, even with Keely Ringo on the field in base formation. I don't think we're going to be in a lot of base. You got Josh Jacobs over there. They might try to run on us. But I think I would prefer Slay on one side, Keely Ringo on the other side, Quinion in the slot, and he moves outside only in base formation. I want them to do exactly what they were going to do with Isaiah Rodgers, but just slide Keely Ringo in. Just slide Keely Ringo in. Now, Avonte Maddox is a dog. And shoot, say we start the game in base formation. Say the Packers elect to get the ball first, and the Eagles kick it to them. And the first down, second down, third down, we got 3 linebackers on the field. They're throwing the ball, but also trying to run the ball. If the Eagles get the Packers out of here on a 3 and out in the base formation with Quinion locking up outside, then you might say, hold up, Quinion balling outside. Do we want to put him inside or do we want to put Maddox there? Versatile. You know what's crazy? I've been on this live stream now for 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and I didn't even mention Cooper DeJean. Maybe you don't trust Maddox at nickel anymore. Cooper DeJean can still play nickel. So there's so many options for this secondary. This is why depth was important, because already one guy ankle, one guy hand, linebacker secondary, 2 position groups that sucked last year. And we need him to get better this year. Now I see notification gang starting to pour in. 263. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's quick hear a word from our sponsor before we read some comments and really dive into this. Just wanted to get the general consensus out there of the couple things they could do. But again, let's go ahead and hear a word from our sponsor, and it is Manta Sleep. Manta Sleep with the best, I repeat, best sleep mask out there. They got all different types of masks. They got silk masks. They got sound masks. They got smaller ones, bigger ones. But the 100% blackout is legit. 0 pressure on the eye. I'm going to show you mine in a little bit. But if you have trouble squinting your eyes because of any little light in your room, if you just have trouble opening your eyes during the night, right? You open your eyes, you can still, I don't know how dark your room is, but you open your eyes, which you can open and shut comfortably, right? Look how deep these are. You can open your eyes and shut your eyes comfortably. It fits even with the hat on. You know, Philly might need a haircut. We're not fitting to take the hat off. But honestly, the best mask, the most comfortable mask I've ever worn, and I'm not here to say I wore a lot, but best believe when Manta sent me these, I ain't need to look elsewhere. And I'm a person who fidgets in my sleep. This helps. This one is my favorite, though, still, because this is not just a mask. It got Bluetooth speakers. Bluetooth. So you can listen to music, podcasts, nature sounds, crickets, the ocean, your favorite song. You can listen to music or whatever as you sleep if you need to hear sound. Some people sleep with the TV on. Some people want silence. Sleep mask sound, Bluetooth. Play right from your phone. Comfy. Telling you. Use promo code Philly Mike. That's Philly Mike is the promo code, all capitals, for 10% off. One more time. Promo code Philly Mike for 10% off your sleep mask. Let's get back to the Eagles content. Biggest said Eli Rick stinks. Ringo is inconsistent, and he's one play and bad the next. Good one play, bad the next. I don't know if I agree totally with that. Ringo against the Patriots got beat on some plays. It just went his way due to incompletion, so his statistics still look good. But I still seen, not even just talking about the preseason as it pertains to Keely Ringo, I saw some good film last season on Keely Ringo. At the end of the season, he was a bright spot at times. Again, you can do 2 different things. you can literally keep everything to say Isaiah Rodgers cannot play due to a hand injury. He's out. You can start Keely Ringo opposite of Slay on the outside. Keep Quinyon in the slot at the nickel position only when we play our nickel defense, and then bring Quinyon. There's a reason that Fangio said that Quinyon Mitchell will play 100% of the snaps while being a slot corner, because he's only the slot corner when we play nickel. When we go to base formation, he's the opposite corner of Slay. If you are nervous that Ringo's not going to be able to do it, then you keep Mitchell outside the whole game. Even when we go to nickel, he doesn't come in a nickel. Guess who comes in a nickel? Avonte Maddox or Cooper DeJean, who's had very limited reps. Some people don't like what he did versus the Vikings in that preseason game. It is what it is. We came into the season with depth behind depth behind depth at the cornerback position. Say what you want about Bradbury. He can't be utilized until 6 to 8 weeks. Maybe we don't want to utilize him, but he can't be anyways. And now Isaiah Rodgers goes down. But I'm thinking, if I'm the Eagles, don't change so much. Yes, Quinyon can handle himself outside, but he's been preparing to play at least 60 to 70 snaps in the slot. So keep Quinyon in the slot at the nickel when you play your nickel defense. Keely Ringo outside opposite of Slay. And then when you go base, when you go Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond, Ben Van Sumeren, and or Jeremiah Trotter, when you go that 3 linebacker or 3 safety set, Keely gets off the field and Quinyon goes outside. We asking a lot from Quinyon Mitchell, but this is why he was a first-round pick. Listen, people say, well, when corners get drafted around where he got drafted at 20 and blah. Prior to the draft, we thought we were going to have to move up to 12 or 10 to get him. Let's not forget. I still think he was the best corner in the draft. Now, we talked about the Alabama corner for sure. We're not going to act like we didn't, but I thought he was more safe. I thought Quinyon still had the highest ceiling, and he was just perfect during his pre-draft process. Perfect. Quinyon Mitchell, Keely Ringo, and Big Play Slay will get the job done, especially when you're not asking Keely to be the dominant corner out there. Bro, when we go to base defense, regardless who you like better, Isaiah Rodgers or Keely Ringo, when we go to base defense, they off the field. That's what was being reported. Now, who knows if the Eagles are bluffing? Fangio don't seem like a bluff type guy, but it is what it is. Joe Marcini said, next man up. This is why we kept 11 DBs. Guess what? CJ Garner-Johnson can play in the slot if you need him to. Like, we are deep. And it doesn't change the fact that we are going to be able to still hold our own against the Green Bay Packers. It just sucks for players to be injured when they've been waiting for this moment. Plus, the injury bug is contagious in a sense where you start the season with all these injuries. Next thing you know, next guy goes down, next guy go down, next guy. We dealt with that in 2019, 2020. We know how that feels. Being injured can be contagious. So to start the season with an ankle injury in Devin White, a hand injury in Isaiah Rodgers is not something I look forward to and not happy about. Think this is my brother up in the chat. Y'all going to have to score a lot of points to keep up with the Packers offense, I think. Yeah, look, shout out to Love. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed and them boys. You know, they got Josh Jacob over there, but you wanted to play me in Madden, Joe. I know you picked the Eagles once already. Do you see our offense? Do you see you must be looking at our offense with our sleep mask on. See, people who are worried about the Eagles scoring points, this is how they watch the game. I wonder how the Eagles are going to score points. What you mean, bro? 30 a game at the minimum. And again, we got a new offensive coordinator. We can start out a little slow. Hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley 25 times if you need to. You know what I mean? Hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley if we need to. Just Family TV said, I refuse to believe they're going to ask Q to play outside and inside, depending on if we are in base or not. I think y'all just running out with the narratives as if it's a fact. I'm just telling you what I heard. If Fangio's telling me he's going to play almost 100% of the snaps, but he's been playing nickel, how do you play 100% of snaps at the nickel when you're not playing 100% nickel snaps? Nobody plays 100% nickel. But I will say this, though, just Family TV, I'm not only going off of what Vic Fangio said, I'm also going off the fact that the last 3 training camps or the last handful of training camp practices, that's what we did. That's what we did. Now, training camp is what? 13 days, 13 practices. There were some walkthroughs that we didn't see, but we saw 13 practices. And then a handful, especially at the latter end of these practices, we literally saw Isaiah Rodgers outside, Slay outside, Quinion inside. When we went to our base defense in training camp, a handful of times, Isaiah Rodgers came off the field, Quinion Mitchell went over there and outside. So I seen that a handful of times, and then I hear a no BS type coordinator. Fangio don't play around. You stink. He said you stink. You good. He said you're good. He said that Quinion is going to be out there a lot, almost 100% of the snaps. Now, everybody needs a break, but I'm just putting 2 to 2 together. But you might be right. It could be a bluff. It could not be serious. We have the depth to move people around and do what we need to do. Carlos Garcia with the $10 super chat. Appreciate the love and the support, my guy. He said, let's go Eagles. Let's go Eastern PA football. And that's why I got to get off here at the latest 10 more minutes I got. Because little Philly Mike, my son Elijah, the 9-year-old, has a football practice he got football practice almost every day at 6. He's off on Fridays, but he practices almost every other day, football. And right now they 2-0. My guy plays a little running back, a little edge rusher, and a little linebacker. Little edge rusher, little linebacker, little running back. Shout out to my guy, Carlos Garcia, with the $10 super chat. Bingo or Bino 17 said, I'm looking for Jalen Carter to get at least 1 sack and multiple quarterback pressures. Hey, so is the Packers head coach, who straight said yesterday that he's a freak show. He called Jalen Carter a freak show due to his ability to stop the run and rush the passer at an A+ level. Called him one of the better defensive tackles in the league already, knowing he's only coming off his rookie season. I definitely agree and need to see some pressure. He got to be the dominant man up front. Bryce Huff needs to be getting one-on-ones due to Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Eagle Nest said, what did I miss? Listen, so Isaiah Rodgers is out with a hand injury, so the Eagles have options in the secondary. I'm going to run it back real quick. My top options are this. Number 1, Quinion Mitchell in the slot, Keely Ringo outside for the injured Isaiah Rodgers with big play Slay on the opposite side. Now, when we go in base defense, Keely comes off the field, Quinion goes over, bada bing, bada boom. Or if you want to trust Quinion outside the whole game, you put him over there, Slay over there, and long-time nickel corner Avonte Maddox, you want to bench anyways, right? You play. And let's not forget Cooper DeJean, little raw, coming back from injury, only got a couple practices and a preseason game under his belt, but we'll see. Ken James, it looks like he's a Packers fan. Injury, Philly, another one. The one thing I don't do is laugh about injuries, whether it's Well, I'll be live for the play-by-play, Ken James. So if you're not watching no Packers content creator, feel free to come over. But if a Packer player goes down, no matter if you beat me by 40 or losing, I'm going to wish him the best. We don't celebrate injuries over here. But yeah, the more people who don't show up for the game, the better chance you have. I do respect your team, do believe your team is good. But the laughing at injuries, that's a clown move. And overlooking this Eagles team is even a worse move. Even a worse move. I think it's going to be close. I had it 34-27. 34-27 is mine. We'll see what happens. Jig said Keeley guards Christian Watson, Slay on Romeo Dobbs, and Q on Jaden Reed and Wicks. I like those matchups. You and me both. Sign me up for those matchups. Sign me up. I like it. Keely Ringo, bigger guy, physical. Christian Watson can run too. Christian Watson is big, but he also can run. And Keely's big too. People forget that man can run a 4.3. A 4.3. Bino 1701G with the $10 banger. Shout out to my guy. He said, go Eagles, go. Appreciate the love and support, my guy. All love. Even if we don't agree sometimes, again, the one thing that any Eagle fan in this chat will agree with me on is we want to win. Sometimes you see it, I see it differently to get to the dub, but that's ultimately what we want. And I love the back and forth. I'm never going to come on here like this. My mind can't be changed. I can say this player is going to be good. And if he's bad, I'm going to tell you, I'm still high on Nolan Smith, but best believe if he don't show me something this year, I'll come out and say it too. For sure. Brandon said, why is Rodgers out? Hand injury. He's had limited practices all week, but they were limited. And all signs were pointing to him still being able to play. And last second, he's out of there. Donnie Morrison with a $5 super chat. He said, I can't wait for tomorrow, but let's go Birds. Play me in Madden too. Listen, if you want to play me in Madden, I believe my gamer tag, my son be on there a lot. If you see somebody playing Fortnite, it's going to say Philly Mike PTP. I believe it's Philly Mike PTP. I'll double check and I'll put it in a community post. But if you see Philly Mike playing Fortnite, it's not me. It's my 9-year-old. But yeah, we get, you know what? I want to stream some Madden games on the channel too. Appreciate the super chat. Drew Johnson with the $10 banger. Shout out to Lil Philly Mike, man. I can't wait to see our Eagles. We almost there. Go Birds with the emoji and the fire emoji. I'm with you. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid on Christmas morning or the day before Christmas just waiting. The difference is the kid waits all day, wakes up, and gets the presents in the morning. We don't get the presents until Friday night. Friday night. 125 said Ringo is better than Rodgers. I hate Rodgers' injury, but I would prefer Ringo winning the starting job. But I would prefer Ringo winning the starting job. But I've hoped for him to start since the Seahawks game last year. We're good with him. Hey, that was one of the games that really opened my eyes and say, hey, he can play. I knew there was some rawness to his game pose, but he can play, definitely. Shockwave said I got Hurts and Goddard on my fantasy team. I played a couple fantasies. I forgot what Eagles I have on mine. My latest one is a little too Cowboys heavy, to be honest. I'm kind of upset about it, but it is what it is. That being said, Goddard, under Kellen Moore, Goddard can really eat for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But this offense is so deep from Saquon to AJ to Devontae to Hurts' legs. I don't know which and when Goddard's going to eat, but Joey, on the live practice, Goddard had 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts threw 4 touchdowns. Goddard's had 3 of them. I'm saying. So we'll see if Kellen Moore really utilizes the tight end like he says he's going to. That being said, Jalen Hurts is going to be a better passer. We already heard multiple Eagles come out and talk about one thing that Jalen Hurts struggled with last year is the blitz, 0 blitz. We're not going to argue about blitz 0 or not, blah, blah, blah. That being said, Kellen Moore Kellen Moore really installed some nice hot routes, some nice checks. Plus, Jalen Hurts has autonomy at the line now. Kelsey used to do his protections. Not like he did it wrong, but that also confused sometimes on where it should be. I'm just telling you, one of Jalen's biggest weaknesses is going to be better this year via him and also the play calling. Part of the reason why is protection's good. We see the blitz. We diagnose the blitz, but we have everybody running go routes. Where we going to go with the ball if everybody running go routes? So we be all right. Kellen Moore loves saying, so I went and got it. You right about that. And Jalen Hurts going to get you money no matter what. Even the games he don't throw for over 250, he going to run. He going to get you. Jalen Hurts is a fantasy monster. What round did you pick, Jalen Hurts? Either tell me too. Bald Eagle with the $5 super chat. I don't think these injuries are too serious. I think they're just making sure everyone is 100% healthy by our bye week because it's a long season. Good take. How hurt is Devin White's ankle? And when we look at Isaiah Rodgers, who will not play versus the Packers, it's either Quinyon or Keeley, a mixture of them both, or only Quinyon. I don't know yet. Avonte Maddox at slot, CJ at slot, Cooper DeJean. The Eagles have options, and they can move things around. But you're right. Isaiah Rodgers had limited practices all week long. Limited practices all week long. Can't be that hurt. He'll definitely be back next week. But again, Eagles have options. They can literally Keely Ringo, Slay, and Quinyon Mitchell. And then when they go into base defense, Keely, step out, Quinyon, over there. We putting a lot on Quinyon's plate. Or if we don't believe Quinyon's going to go from the slot to outside in base formation, then it could be Slay, Ringo, and Mitchell. And then Mitchell comes off. But if you don't think Keely's ready, Slay, Quinyon, and Maddox in the slot. And if you're not ready for Maddox, Cooper DeJean. We have so many options. But I do think that if this was a playoff game, Isaiah Rodgers probably playing. He practiced limited all week. He looked good on a plane to me. Big Fish, Little Boat with the $20 banger. And I was looking for you. I hope you saw the jersey giveaway because you won. You were one of the winners. Big Fish of the Boat with the $20 banger. Much love and respect. Yo, my guy, let me get that Smitty for my daughter. Okay, listen. Big Fish of the Boat, do me a favor. Comment your email address. Comment your email address on this video, not in the live chat. Comment your email address on the video. When this video is done, comment your email. Or if you got me on Twitter, right there it is. Hit me up on Twitter. I get your address. I get what size your daughter is. Maybe she wants the pink one. We can try to get a pink one, black one, Kelly Green. But Big Fish to the Boat, you definitely were one of the winners on the random jersey pool. And we trying to get you that. If you want the Smitty, I get you that fresh 6 for your little girl. I love it. I love it. Just find a way to connect with me. Right here's the best way, or comment your email, and I'll shoot you an email over right after later today, probably tonight. My guy with the biggest super chat of the day, jersey winner, and Ricardo Phillips. Ricardo Phillips, if you're in here, you're also a jersey winner too. So we got to get you a jersey as well. Bino17 with another super chat, his second of the day. It's a $10 banger. Diehard Eagle fan from GA since 7. Now I'm 30. Still an Eagle fan. This honestly the best I've seen our team overall. I love it. Go Eagles. Hey, I like that. I started rocking with the Eagles between the ages of 8 and 9. I don't know exactly when, right? I've always wore Eagle. I've always been, but you start really paying attention to football 8 or 9-ish, I guess. That's when my son's playing it now. But man, I'm 33, so I got you by 3 years old. I'm not in Philly. I'm outside Philly about an hour. PA. Let me make sure my wife is getting my son ready for football practice real quick. Watch, she might yell at me. Let's see what happens. Now she's not gonna answer. Anyways, got you by 3 years, man. But hey, I'm with you. This team is looking good. I got the same vibes. Are you getting them ready for football? I'm coming down. I'm coming down in 5 minutes, but please get them ready. All right, love you. Bye. Hey, Mrs. Philly Mike holds it down. I always go to the practice. They're 2 hours long too, and they be running. But man, I got you by 3 years, and I'm getting 2022 vibes. 2022 vibes. It starts with the Packers, but we gonna definitely see. Donnie said, Mike, Rodgers out. Yes, hand injury, limited practice. Oh, again, if you rewatch this, if you just jumping in here, I'm about to get out in 5 minutes. I go over everything. And for the people who's been rocking with me the whole 30 minutes, they're like, dang, he about to repeat the whole thing over again for a new person here. But yes, Isaiah Rodgers is out, and we're going to have to find a way to still win the game. But best believe we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 or 4 options. And I'm not just talking about 3 or 4 different players to plug in, but scenarios. Due to the fact that we really heard from Fangio that Quinyon could be a guy who goes outside, inside in this game. We're going to see, though. Joe said, thanks for doing this. Have a great practice. I appreciate you. Hertz season said, I don't care about size. I got that 2X Reeboks Westbrook. Hey, I ain't mad at the game, homie. Old school stuff right there. Big Hurt season said, got a high ceiling for DeJean. I hope that leg gonna hold up for us. Pause. I'm with you on that. Ace Boogie said, I see why Sirianni was bubble wrapping these in practice, and y'all was upset at the stuff. Annoying, bruh. Ain't even week 1 and missing games already. It's gonna be a long season. I think injuries are contagious for sure. That being said, I just told Mrs. Philly Mike to start getting my son ready. Got to be there at 6. Guess what, though? Our home field is literally 3, 4, 5 blocks away. So we could walk, but he gets his cleats on early. So, you know what I mean? We going to drive over there. Take us like 2-3 minutes driving. So we're good. But listen, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the like button on your way out. It does good for the channel. It helps me out. I appreciate it, and it's free. Turn on the notification bell because I drop videos more than I go live. But if you got the notification bell hit, you'll know when I drop videos. You know when I go live. You know when I do jersey giveaways. Big Fish Little Boat, one of the winners. Ricardo Phillip, another winner. And we're doing more throughout the season. Plus, last but not least, tomorrow I'll be live before the game and during the game. And we back. Hard body. Eagles, Packers. Respect the Packers. But we got to handle business. He said, Daniel said, Philly Mike hates me because I talk shit on Slay on this pod. Hey, so you the one? Hey, Daniel. Hey, it's all love at the end of the day. Little trash talk never hurt nobody. It's all love. Until next time, love all y'all, including Daniel, all Eagle Nation. We are, and hey, I'm about to play something that y'all haven't heard in a minute. Y'all always say y'all want the intro back. I haven't put it there, but until next time, y'all know what time it is. We are out.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Yeah, this is Philly Talk with Philly Mike.